You're listening to the Tony Conley Morning Show on more compelling talk radio, 1320 WILS, 1320WILS.com. The average American adult spends 8.5 hours on a computer every day, with that number going up, and so do the consequences due to that. This makes me feel bad because I'm probably on a computer 10 hours a day, and our producer, Ben, more than that. Dr. Albert Pang is the Trinity Eye Care Specialist and a Fox News radio expert. Dr. Pang, how are you?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me this morning.
Tell us about this story.
The story is that, like what you say, now more and more younger people especially are spending their time on computer or electronic devices, game system, computer, tablets, cell phone. Again, besides the normal like dry eye problem, as well as fatigue due to the uses of the computer, there's some more, I would say, insidious but important effect that they have on the eye. There's from the high energy visible light, there's the blue violet lights that we're exposed to with those devices. There's a study by NASA have shown that by the presence of blue lights at night is actually disruptive to the human sleep cycle. And mainly it's because blue light has found to reduce the production of melatonin. That is the natural chemical that occurs in our brain to help us to fall asleep. So you can imagine if you read on the tablet before you go to sleep, instead of helping you to sleep, actually is make it more difficult for you to fall asleep at night. And not only the sleeping, but disruptive of sleep is actually known to cause other problems such as type 2 diabetes, cardiovascular disease like hypertension, as well as obesity because of the increase in the hormone leptin that's disrupted by the blue light. So those are actually having more impact in the general population than just general eye fatigue.
Dr. Pang, can we read too much in other areas, for instance, via a book, via a newspaper, maybe something written on a board?
Yes, for me, I'm in the north of 40 now, and I realized that, of course, reading too much not only, causing dry eye, but also, causing the eye. I have a hard time focusing back and forth because of my age. And reading even natural, normal books like paper kind of reduce our blinking rate. Normally, when we are relaxing, our blinking rate is about 17 times a minute. But when you read, you only reduce it to 4.5 times. It's about a 60% reduction. No wonder after you read, our eye becomes dry and red. So we really have to balance it with interruptions, when you read or do computer, we need to have more time to kind of set our eye focus, a distance to relax our eye muscle.
All right, what is the best way, or what are some other ways that we can use to protect our eyesight from digital damage?
I would definitely look into the fact is like computer lenses that have a filter or reflective surface to reflect out those harmful blue lights, number one. Number two, before we go to sleep, an hour before we go to sleep, we frame ourselves, do not use any electronic devices. Turn your computer screen off next to your bed so that the blue light will not affect your sleep. And above all, the most important thing is certain supplements like lutein, zeaxanthin, miso, zeaxanthin. They will be able to help you to increase the protection from the blue light to the retina. So those are the important steps that we can at least do to protect ourselves.
We find we have tired eyes, bloodshot eyes, dry eyes. So what are some ways that we can kind of refresh them?
Okay. Again, there's some non-preserved, that means no chemical preservative in those eye drops. Those are the best type of eye drop you can use. But don't use when your eye is tired or dry. Kind of use it regularly, like 3 or 4 times a day in a good interval so that, you're able to prevent the redness and the dryness occur because it's just like you have dry skin. You don't put the lotion on when the skin gets irritated. You put the skin on, you put the lotion on before this thing happens. Same thing, eye drop, you have to put it on regularly before all those symptoms occur.
We've been talking with Dr. Albert Pang, who is with Trinity Eye Care. He's a Fox News radio expert. Sir, thanks so much.
Thank you very much.
And thank you for listening to the Tony Conley Morning Show on More Compelling Talk Radio, 1320 WILS and 1320WILS.com.